What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Buckle up, because today's video is one of the biggest we've done all year, and trust me, this isn't just another offseason rumor. This is official, this is confirmed, and this is massive. The Dallas Cowboys have pulled the trigger on what might be the most jaw-dropping, franchise-defining move of the last decade. We're talking about a $220 million mega signing, the kind of deal that redefines not only the future of the team but sends shockwaves across the entire NFL. Yes, you heard that right, $220 million. That's the number everyone's been buzzing about since Stephen Jones stepped up to the podium and confirmed what fans have been waiting for all offseason. This is no smoke and mirrors. This is real, it's happening. The Cowboys have locked in a superstar talent to a monster contract extension, and if you're a Cowboys fan, you should be celebrating right now, because this shows a level of commitment and confidence in this core roster that we haven't seen in years. This deal isn't just a financial statement, it's a message to every other team in the league. The Cowboys are done with building and waiting. They are here to win, and they are going all in. No more what ifs, no more maybes, no more next year. It's now, and that superstar talent, that cornerstone of the franchise that they just committed to with this generational money, well, let's talk about who that could be and why this move could shape the destiny of this team for years to come. Now, while the Cowboys front office hasn't revealed the exact player attached to this $220 million deal in the initial wave of reports, we know there are only a few players on this roster who could realistically command that kind of money, and each of them is absolutely critical to the team's identity. First and foremost, there's Dak Prescott. The quarterback, the leader, the guy who's carried this team through thick and thin. Say what you want about Doc, yes, he has his critics, but you can't deny the leadership, the toughness, the poise under pressure. He's the heartbeat of this offense and the face of the franchise. If this deal is about Doc, it makes perfect sense. Quarterbacks of his caliber don't grow on trees. And the market? Oh, the market has exploded. With every offseason, we see QBs pushing the envelope further. $200 million guaranteed, $250 million total value. It's the going rate for a top-tier signal caller, and Doc fits that mold. But there's more. CeeDee Lamb, oh man, what a season he had. If you watched any Cowboys game last year, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He was electric, dynamic, unstoppable at times. He's become the go-to target, the guy who can line up anywhere on the field, shake any defender, and haul in the impossible. You don't let that kind of talent walk. You build around it. And then there's Micah Parsons, the defensive unicorn. Line him up at edge, at linebacker, even in coverage he's a wrecking ball. A pure game wrecker. He disrupts offenses in ways we haven't seen since the prime years of Aaron Donald or Lawrence Taylor. If this $220 million deal is about Parsons, then it's a clear investment in what could become one of the greatest defensive players of the modern era. Either way, no matter who the name is on that contract, it means one thing: the Cowboys are locking down elite, cornerstone talent, and they are not messing around. So what does this tell us about the Cowboys' philosophy going forward? Look, there's been a lot of talk over the years. Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, they've always said the right things about wanting to win, about investing in talent, about staying aggressive. But actions speak louder than words, and this deal is the loudest declaration of intent we've seen from this front office in a long, long time. We're talking about a front office that's often been criticized for being too conservative, for not going after big-name free agents, for relying too heavily on the draft. Well, this move silences all that noise. This is bold, this is aggressive, this is what championship teams do. You identify your stars, your true blue-chip guys, and you pay them what they're worth before someone else does. You set the tone early and say, we're not rebuilding, we're reloading. And here's the thing: this doesn't just impact the Cowboys internally. It changes how other teams view them. It changes how free agents view them. It changes how the media talks about them. Because when a team makes a 9-figure investment in one of its players, it shows stability. It shows belief. It shows that the team has a vision and isn't afraid to put its money where its mouth is. Let's also not ignore the timing of this deal. It's happening at a critical juncture for this team. The Cowboys have had multiple winning seasons, playoff appearances, and yet they keep coming up short when it matters most. This signing is a psychological pivot. It's a front office saying, we are sick of falling short. We're sick of heartbreak. We are committing to a championship window, and it starts today. It puts pressure on the coaching staff, sure, but it also galvanizes the locker room. It tells every guy on that roster this is the standard. This is who we are. We're not here to play for second place anymore. And fans, let's be real, you've waited a long time for a moment like this. You've been patient through rebuilds, through near misses, through controversial calls and devastating losses. You deserve this. You deserve a team that's willing to bet on greatness. And when Stephen Jones got up and confirmed this deal, you could feel it. It wasn't just about money. It was about a cultural shift. Now let's talk ripple effects, because a move this big doesn't happen in a vacuum. First, the salary cap. Everyone's asking, how can the Cowboys afford this? Well, the truth is, the cap is flexible. If you manage your contracts right, push bonuses into future years, restructure deals with veterans, you can make the numbers work, and the Cowboys have been doing just that. They've already restructured contracts with guys like Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence in the past. They know how to play the game. And this deal? It's the cornerstone. It sets the foundation for every other move going forward. Free agency, the draft, trades, all of it flows from this decision. You secure your core, and then you fill in the gaps. And you better believe other players are watching this closely. Players around the league are seeing what Dallas just did and thinking, man, maybe I want to be part of that. It makes the Cowboys a destination. It puts them back in the conversation as a team that's serious, focused, and willing to back its vision with dollars. Let's also talk about the fan reaction, because let me tell you, Twitter is melting down, Instagram is on fire, sports radio is going crazy. Everyone has an opinion, but most of it? Overwhelmingly positive. Cowboys Nation is hyped. You don't see this kind of unified excitement every day, and it's for good reason. This is the kind of move that brings fans back into the fold, that energizes a fanbase that's been waiting and waiting for a real sign that this team isn't content with just making the playoffs. This is Super Bowl ambition, plain and simple. And as we look ahead to training camp, the preseason, and opening week, there's going to be a different energy in the air. Players will feel it, coaches will feel it, and opponents? They'll be watching out of the corner of their eyes, because when the Cowboys make a move this big, it turns heads across the league. So where do we go from here? Well, the work's just beginning. You don't sign a superstar and call it a day. This is the foundation. Now the coaching staff has to build the scheme around that player. The front office needs to keep the momentum going, make smart draft picks, maybe add a couple more pieces in free agency. But the tone has been set. The identity of this team is being forged right now in the weight room, in the meeting rooms, on the practice field. And this deal, this $220 million blockbuster, is the anchor that holds it all together. It's the moment you look back on in a few years, whether we're talking about a Super Bowl celebration or another what could have been. This is the inflection point. This is the decision that tells us who the Cowboys want to be. So Cowboys Nation, let's take a moment to soak it all in. Whether this is about Doc leading us to the promised land, CD burning every secondary in the league, or Micah wreaking havoc in the backfield, this is a franchise-defining moment. This is your team saying, we believe. And now it's time for all of us to believe, too. If you're fired up about this signing, hit that like button, drop a comment below, let me know who you think this $220 million deal is for and what it means for our season. And don't forget to subscribe, because we've got wall-to-wall coverage coming up, training camp insights, preseason breakdowns, weekly game previews, you name it. It's going to be a wild ride, and I'm glad you're on it with me. Until next time, go Cowboys.